Okay, hi everyone. It's Gail again with the Fun Home Network. I invite everybody to join. I started a Facebook group. It is the Fun Home Network. You guys can add yourself to the group. Just go to Facebook, type in the Fun Home Network under groups, search it out, and add it. It's going to be DIY tutorials for everything that we do. What we're doing right now is, if you guys want to know how to do the wood grain, there's a previous video for it, but we're going to do the actual rose flowers. See if I can adjust my lighting. Oh, that's much better. Okay, we're going to learn how to do the rose flowers, and I kind of freehand them, so we'll just go with it. And I'm trying to do this as simple as possible, so I'm only going to be using, I have apple barrel red, flag red, I have a white, I have Anita's, it's called foliage. It's just, I tend to use medium colors because you can always add white to make them lighter. So instead of having to buy a whole bunch of different colors, you can do that. And I do tend to like to add a little bit of yellow, and I'll show you guys for the leaves. It just adds dimension. So what we're gonna do is, on our plate, we're gonna squeeze out a little bit of red, a little bit of white. Don't have a whole lot of this one left, so we'll use some of this one. And I tend to put the red and the white next to each other. I'll put the green over here because if I want to make other colors, I can just draw the white into it. I'll go ahead and squirt out the green for our leaves and a little bit of yellow. That way all the colors are on the plate. Okay, and I tend to use a round brush, but you guys can use whatever you're comfortable with. Let me look around and see what else I have. I think this will work. This will work. Let me wet it. And I keep a paper towel. So we made the gray weathered look. And if you do cups, you can either spray this with a clear acrylic sealer if you want. That way if you mess up on your flowers or you're not comfortable with your flowers, then you won't actually mess up the gray weathered look. But honestly, it's just, you won't mess up if you just practice. Or I tell everybody to get a paper plate and actually practice there. So we want to actually lay our base down for our flowers first. So what I will do is I will just, you want more white than you want red, but I kind of just draw a line in the middle and just mix. And what I'm looking for is just a lighter pink. And this is our base of our flower, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm actually okay with leaving a few of the streaks. Here, I'll actually draw some streaks in so you guys can see. Do you see how it is all streaky? I'm totally okay with that. So, we're going to just grab this and we're going to start here. And I just tend to first make a big giant circle. I don't know. I guess, depending on your cup size. This one's about 1.5 inches. About 1.5 inches. But then, I always tend to make 5 little bumps. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be even. At least 5. I try to do odd numbers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 of them. Who cares? Because it's an odd number. And it's okay that they're kind of streaky. They don't actually have to be filled in. And I tend to do 2 at a time. So it allows, I don't want it completely dry, but it does allow for the paint to somewhat dry as the base coat. I'm trying to get the lighting so you guys could actually really see. I just feel like that's kind of dark, but I think you can see better. Okay. And then I tend to have flowers that come both on and off, and I don't really want to hide all my knots. So for this one, we're going to make it look like it's, you know, halfway off. So I want the round. Now we can go over here. A rounded part. And then remember my bumps. Odd numbers. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Again, it's not perfect. I'm really just trying to lay down a base of it. So then now that I have this one, you come back and I have red. And all I'm going to do is start in the middle and I'm going to put like a comma on in it. Then I'm going to take the other side and put a comma. Then I'm going to just kind of make commas all the way around. And it's okay if some is heavier than others, okay? And then on the edges, I tend to just go around and I make it stop right there, but then my next one that I dip in, I will start at the edge of it and then drop. And then drop. And for some reason when these dry, they look so much better than when they're wet. So I'm just going to go around the edges, and then I don't ever just wipe my paint off, but you can. Okay, we'll wipe it off on the brush. And then I just tend to grab some white, and then all I'm going to do is the same exact thing. It's just occasionally dab some white. And I will tell you that, you guys, you are your own worst critic, because I can sit here and find every single flaw in every single flower, but for some reason when it dries I like it. So I see it tends to kind of swirl a little bit, and then I'll come back with my red, and then just I always finish with the red because it just is like an outline color. I'll just come back in and just make little commas here and there. That's it. That's simple. So now we're going to go down to this one. Again, I'll start with my red in the middle. Since this is going to be, the flower's just a little bit above center, I'll make a little comma. Then I'm going to make a comma this way. Then I'm going to make a comma go that way. Then I'm going to go to the edges, comma. And these are just longer commas. Thicker on one end, thinner on the other. And a comma. And then right here, because I have a little bit of a space, I'm just going to make one go that way. I'm not going to clean my brush. I'm just going to grab some white. And I'm going to go right here in the middle. Right here. Right here. Still getting over a cold that I've had forever, it feels like. So again, you kind of muddle them. And I want to show you guys, actually, here, we'll intentionally mess one up. So I'm like, oh, I didn't like that. You don't have to wipe it off. What I do is, this flower will just be more red. I just go over the base of it. And then I'll pick up some red, go back and start over and do a comma. A comma. The important thing is that you just don't stress over it. You just have fun with it. And we'll make a few more commas. And then I'll pick up the white and grab a dot. Grab some here, 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 and here. All right. That's really it, you guys. And then, but I'm going to keep going with the cup so you guys can see. So, I'll put one right here. I'll make a big circle. This is really how I clean my paintbrush off, is that I leave all the colors on the next flower. It becomes the base of it. Alright, and then I grab some of the pink out the middle. And 1, 2, 3, probably 7 petals. I said 5 earlier. I think that was on my other cup, which was a lot bigger. I made the flowers a lot bigger. Alright, and so I'm just filling in And then we'll do another one right here, right below the knot. Big circle. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that one got 5. Alright, just odd numbers, like I said. And I can still see some of the gray coming through. I'm totally okay with that. So that one, we're going to go back to this one. Pick up the red. We're going to make a little comma in the middle. Comma from this way out. Comma. A longer comma. There we go. Tend to put more pressure and then let up a little bit. More pressure and let up a little bit. All right. All right, and now, didn't wash my brush off. I'm going to pick up some white in the center, and then I'm going to make commas here, there, and everywhere. And what will happen is that some of the white will mix with the red and it'll make a different color pink, and then some of the lighter pink background will show through. Alright, that's simple, guys. See, didn't take long at all. So, I'm going to put someone's name on it, so I think this is actually a good space right here for the name. So there's a flower here and a flower here. So what I'm going to do is make one right here. And that way all my voids will, the whole cup will be filled in. So circle. And then pick up some of my middle color. And 1 lump, 2 lumps, 3 lumps, 4 lumps, 5 lumps. And fill it in. Alright, now we're going to go to this flower and finish it. So a comma in the middle. Comma on the other side. There you go. I've had so many people say, so I just want to show y'all, see I messed up, that they can't do this, and I'm like, this is so simple. Anyone can do this. You might have to practice a little bit, and like I said, when you're looking at it, you're like, it just looks like big blobs, but I promise you, once it's dry, it will come to life. So I go around my edges, and then I just start putting commas. Alright, and then I'm going to pick up some white, comma in the middle, there. That was a little too much red because I dipped in the red, but I'll just go back over it with the white. The white just kind of highlights it. And I'm going to probably go back over this one. So when I tend to do that, I just sort of make it a happy accident. So once I blend it, I'll just take the red. And if you guys want pinker flowers, then obviously you would mix the pink and then just mix 2 different shades of pink. And it will, instead of it being a red background, it will be a dark pink and a light pink. Okay, and let's do this one. So this is the first one. This is the second. I got way too much on my paintbrush, so I'm going to take some off. All right. Right, let's go around the edge. I tend to do that. So that kind of gives me my border. And I use epoxy, and once it dries, I usually let it dry, you know, at least 4 or 5 hours it needs to dry. I tend to do all my cups, line them up, and then epoxy them all at one time, so usually 24 hours later. But as long as you know that your paint is dry. I don't seal my cups in between, and I've never really had the acrylic run, but if you don't feel comfortable, by all means, seal it in between epoxying or applying the decal, whatever makes you feel comfortable. All right, you guys. That tends to be it. Now we're going to do the leaves. So I will wash my brush off for the leaves. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm actually going to take the dark green and the white and meet in the middle and make a lighter green. I don't need much, just a little bit. And then, I'm not even going to clean my brush, but in the yellow, I'm going to add some green to the yellow. And again, I want to show you guys that this paint has what I call boogers, but I'm totally okay with it being marbly and streaky like that. So what you're going to do is, I'm now going to just make the leaves. So I just tend to start, and this has a lot of paint on it. I just tend to start, make a line, and then come on this side and make a line, and then just fill in the paint. And I actually, because it's still wet, got a little bit of the red, but it's okay. It actually adds to the effect. And I tend to draw it to a point. You just want to draw a point out. Some people put them on both sides. Some people put them on one side. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to pick up some more paint. And because these are so close together, I think I'm going to put it right here. So I draw a line, and then draw another line, and then I fill it in. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can still see a little bit of the underneath. I'll show you guys what I do, because I like the effect of it being sort of handmade, folky looking. So we'll make one coming off the edge right here. And let's make one go this way. Not quite covering the knot, but getting red. But like I said, I can work with that. I just don't tend to panic when things happen, and that's how I learn new things half the time, is that I have happy accidents. So this one we're going to make sort of come off of there. We'll make it meet right here. You could either use the lighter color. I'm using the one that has the yellow mixed in it. But really, it really doesn't matter which color you use. Okay, and this one, let's go this way. All right, and we're going to fill it in. And I'm just going to go back around. Now, that's all you could do, but I tend to add, that's why I made the 3 different colors. So what I'll do now is that I don't clean my brush, I just grab some of the darker color, and then you can make the line that goes into it. And some people actually will outline the leaf itself with it. And then I'll go over it so that it kind of blends a little bit. All right, let's do that again. So you just draw a line through the middle, however long you want it. And then on the outside, and then I just kind of blend it in. And I like leaving a little bit of the darker spot here and there. So we'll continue. Line in the middle, line on the outside, and then turn my brush a little bit, and then I tend to just blend it in. Alright, outside, outside, line down the middle. Turn my brush and sort of blend it in. We'll put the line back in the middle. Alright, here we go. Line in the middle, line on the outside, and then turn my brush and blend it in. Okay, last one. Line down the middle, line down the side, line down the side, turn, and blend. And that's it, you guys. There you go. I invite everybody to join us on Facebook in my group, which is the Fun Home Network. I opened us up a page, and we'll share more tutorials. And I'll actually post once I epoxy this. It'll probably be a couple of days. And I'm actually going to do a video next on Crackle. So if you guys want to look at that one, I'm going to actually use Elmer School Glue to make the Crackle. So hope to see you guys soon. Thanks.